are?
We're right here. We're live on the air.
2100 hours local on the 21st of January.
Oh. So
There should be a badge or a souvenir for that.
Something.
Yeah. Okay. Witsend, you kick off this show. Kick it. Kick it real good.
I'm kicking it. I'm kicking it real good.
And I think we're ready.
Is anybody watching tonight?
Let's go caching in the Northwest. And record.
Oh, yeah, it's that time. We've dropped the beat. It is time to go caching in the Northwest. Welcome. This is the only podcast dedicated to geocaching in the Great Pacific Northwest. Tonight we're going to talk about caches and cachers unique to this little corner of the country. So pack a metric crap ton of stuff in your backpack. It is time to go caching in the Northwest.
And speaking of metrics, we need to bring in our satchel-wearing simian. Some say he uses his pouch to stockpile poo for flinging later. Others say he's simply full of it. All we know is he's called Land Monkey.
Well, I was just thinking of all kinds of little clever comebacks to stockpiling poo to fling at others, and I thought, maybe I'll just let actions speak louder than words next time we all go caching together. In the meantime, folks, you may have picked up on a theme for tonight's show, not what we were just talking about. Over social media over the past couple of weeks. We've been posting on Facebook and Twitter and whatever else to ask you guys what you carry when you go geocaching. So tonight, this episode is What's in Your Pack? That's right. We are going to provide glowing reviews of our favorite things to bring.
Well, glowing. That's such a good segue. Our beloved Northwesterners, we want to hear about your favorite geocaching logs. We're calling this segment Glow, or the Geocaching Log of the Week. Maybe you're a repressed poet or an oppressed William Shakespeare. Maybe it's a log you've read while you're looking for that clue to that really tough cache. Whether it's yours or not, we want to hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
So send an email to feedback@cachingandw.com. Call in to 253-693-TFTC, or use the voicemail tool on the website to show us how you glow.
Did you see that, Reg? He was oppressing me.
That's right. It doesn't matter how the feedback gets to us. Just get it to us, because we want to hear from you. And tonight, to help kick things off, we have heard from none other than Dora Moore. She says, I'm hoping my idea for Glow, geocaching log of the week, has caught on. But just in case it hasn't, I thought I'd offer one of my own logs to get things started. She says it was a DNF, but that's part of the logging experience. You do log your DNFs, right? You people out there? Gives an idea of how things went, good or bad. The cache in reference here is GC288Y0. Why not 0, really? It's called Night Attack. She says, my DNF log alerted the cache owner to the fact that there might be problems, so he went out soon after to check on it. As things turned out, there were some new trails and missing tacks. He fixed it up right away, and we were back on the trail a few weeks later to avenge the DNF. I love avenging DNFs. It was quite the experience. The log says, well, I must say that's probably the most fun I've ever had on a DNF. Nankika and I joined forces with 3 of the wild thingies and tackled this challenge with a lot of spirit and optimism, if not actually with skill. I like her already, because I often attack things with, optimism, spirit, and very little skill. She goes on, I'm proud to say that not a single one of us took the chicken out route at the steep hill, though in hindsight it might have been a good idea. We got lost shortly after getting across it. After backtracking a few times and repeatedly finding a tack that came to be known as that tack, I looked at the track on my GPSR unit and saw that our trail looked as if a kid had tried to draw the Olympic rings on an Etch-a-Sketch. So many circles. PP53 and I have a hunch we know where we should have looked, but the others had already headed back to the cars, so we finally gave up and joined them. I'll definitely be back, though. This was my first attempt at the night cache, and I had a ball. Signed off as Cheers, Doramore.
I love that. The
That was
Olympic
good.
was on an Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah.
That's a good word picture. And
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the type of glow we want to hear about, the geocaching log of the week. Throw out a catchphrase like that, and you'll be on the next glow.
There you go.
There you go. And yeah, it doesn't have to be a DNF. Although, you know what? I think it's great to see a DNF that's more than just a DNF or cache isn't there. To to have a share what the adventures, and that's really what Glow is about. Is to try and encourage us all to share more about our adventures when we're out, and help the cache owners and other cachers have a better idea of what the cache is about and how much fun it is to go after it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my best stories come from DNF attempts, but I don't always log them that way. I thought the DNF logs, though, were supposed to just read needs archived.
You've been listening to Dear Geocache Guy.
If I can't find it, it's not there.
Right.
Yes. Anyways, hey, we also had some email that came in from geocacher Bullcacher. And Bullcacher writes, "Hey, I'm a fairly new listener, and I had an idea for a topic of discussion that came to be via the show that Land Monkey hosted during the American Thanksgiving Day. He had asked everyone their least favorite, and he says, yes, I'm American too, type of geocache. His is the mystery caches that should actually be listed as multi-caches. Says, do you know the ones? On the geocaching.com site, under mystery caches, this is the last bullet point. If the geocache has multiple stages and can be found without advanced preparation and uses simple math or simple converting of information at these stages, A equals 1, B equals 2, etc., it should be listed as a multi-cache." Bullcacher goes on to say, "Anyway, just thought I would throw it out there. I like the podcast. Thank you. Thanks for all the work you put into it, and have a good day. Cache safely and cache often," he says. All right. I love it. Thank you. And that is from Bullcacher. So Bullcacher, first of all, thank you very much for listening to the podcast. And of course, thank you for writing in. We love hearing from you guys.
Absolutely.
You made Land Monkey smile with cache safely and cache often. I know we haven't talked directly to this point, but I've done caches like these, and I always thought it was a new or inexperienced cache owner that mislabeled or misrepresented the cache. But perhaps it's something that that's a little bigger in scale, and people don't understand.
Could be.
The difference between a multi and a puzzle cache. So.
Well, I think it brings up a good idea for a future show, and maybe expand it beyond just puzzles that should be multis. I think there's a few other ones there that I think when we were down in the States, we talked about this when we were down for Jim's birthday about letterbox caches. There's a lot of letterbox caches that do not have letterbox style directions. The cache is just at the coordinates that are posted, and arguably that is or is not a letterbox hybrid. I know the word hybrid is in there, but anyways, so yeah, I think maybe misrepresentation sounds too strong.
It sounds
mislabeling,
and it's not. That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
It's like, well, this you have to solve for something, so that must be a mystery cache.
Yeah, and it can happen. I think honestly, when Bullcacher recited that last point, I'd have to say I didn't remember that. I'm sure I've read through all the rules at some point, or guidelines at some point in time, but you don't remember them all. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's a great topic. We'll put that into our notes. We have a running list of future shows.
We should talk about this.
That's right. And if you have an idea, send it in.
Where would they send that?
Why, feedback at cachingNW.com, of course.
Of course.
We will add it to the running list.
Yes. Hey, we have a live Q&A going every show.
I do know that.
If you happen to be awake at 9 p.m. Pacific on Thursday nights, come on, join our live show. throw some questions in the Q&A, throw some statements, whatever you want to put in there, we're going to look at. We may not speak to it, but we're going to look at it. And we've got some. So Brylang wants to know about the Glow, the geocaching log of the week.
Mhm.
Does it have to be a recent log, or can it be from any time in my geocaching career? And gentlemen, what do you think?
I think anytime. I mean, it doesn't matter when you wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
Please
think-
don't call in a glow that's TFTC, though.
No, please don't.
I don't think that's.
Don't even
Glow
fill out links for the cache. No, that's not going to work. We want something a little more.
So, yeah, Brylang, anytime.
That's
That's
right.
right.
3 hams in a rows. This is an interesting stat. Always log those DNFs. I'm at 85. He's apparently counting his DNFs. I've successfully avenged 44, so I'm within striking distance or striking range of a challenge that requires converting 50 DNFs to smileys. There you go. I'd be interested to know how you're tracking those. Is it just something you're doing on the side? Is it Project -GC tracks those for you, or GSAC, or how are you doing that? Because I don't know.
Yeah, we've done it with GSAC for the exact same challenge he's talking about. I know which one he's talking about. Yeah, so yeah, 3 hams in a row. Pop that into the Q&A a little later. We'll pick up on that to find out how are you tracking your DNFs and the avenging of the DNFs. But while we wait for that feedback, we have some news. We love news.
We do.
Deep, deep, deep. Hot off the wire.
So yeah, hot off the wire, we have to thank listener and geocaching friend Retro for tipping us off about the new Munzie app that has been released. That is Munzie 3.1, and the new Munzie app has a good tie-in to fitness. If you thought you were already getting some fitness just by going out and geocaching and Munzieing, well, now you can track it. Munzie 3.1 has been released, and for you Munzers out there, there is a cool component. It's called Munzie Fitness. In short, this means that you can earn Munzie badges through an integration between the Munzie app and your Fitbit fitness tracker. More fitness trackers are on the radar for the guys at Munzie to get integrated in. And for more info, we will put a link in the show notes, but it's www.munzieblog.com. Munzie-3-1-has-arrived.
It's dashing.
Easy
Thank
to forget.
That's right. Yeah. And for geocachers who love their souvenirs, and I know you're out there, you big souvenir fans, some of you, start watching for those Leap Day events to earn your second of the 2 leap year souvenirs. Now, we know if you're out there planning one, you'd like us to plug your event, get that to us at feedback@cashingnw.com. Time's running out, but if you want us to plug your Northwest event right here on Caching in the Northwest, especially your Leap Day event, I should make that clear, right? Get that to us at feedback@cashingnw.com.
You know what? I would say any events that you want to plug, get us that feedback, and we'll think about it.
Yeah.
We'll evaluate it amongst the 3 of us and take a vote.
We
That's
can't make any promises, but we'll do our best.
Well, that's why there's 3 hosts, so that there's always a tiebreaker in case we get a request to talk about somebody's event and there's a debate. We're not sure if your event is worthy of our show, but we'll decide. It probably is, so send them all in.
That's right. And send them in with plenty of advance notice because, by the time we put the show out, oddly enough, as fun as it is, not everybody joins us live here on Thursday nights. Some of them listen to, I know, some of them listen to iPods in tanning beds. Some of them listen on freeway commutes. People listen all over and at various times, and sometimes it's several days after the fact. So if you tell us about it ahead of time, it'll give all those people a chance to get to your fantastic event that's coming up.
They could be very tan and healthy looking.
They could. You never
That's
know.
true. You could have some of the most tanned event attenders in the Northwest if you make sure you get and people who get to work on time as well.
There you go. Yeah. And we have to do it within the first 12 minutes of the podcast, or the tanning booth listeners nod off.
Yeah. Okay, now that we've safely covered that and offended half our... No, never mind.
Well, I tried hard.
Yeah. But talking about upcoming events, now this is not a geocaching event I wanted to throw out here, but it is an event here happening in Tacoma, in the northwest here, Western Washington. If you happen to be in the Tacoma area on February 5th coming up, go back with us. Think back in the Wayback Machine, back to episode about 82 or so. You'll recollect that we talked about something called bunny hunting or tea hunting or fox hunting or hidden transmitter hunting. It's a
Rabbit.
thing. Yes,
Ducks.
duck season. Bunny hunting is not hunting bunnies. It's looking for hidden radio transmitters, and it has a lot of, to me, a lot of the same kind of feelings and excitement and thrill of geocaching. It's looking for something in the woods, and the Radio Club of Tacoma does a little bit of bunny hunting in coordination with another big event that happens every February. So if you want more information, shoot us an email, feedback@cachingandw.com. We'll put some information in the show notes, or go check out the Radio Club of Tacoma's website. They list details there at w7dk.org, and I'll be there, so come say hi.
Yeah, I plan to be there myself. So come and say hi. No, just say hi to Wits End. Ignore me.
So, Witsend, you have your ham radio operator's license.
Yes.
Bad Cop, do you have one?
No, not as of yet.
We're working on him.
To be honest with you. I keep thinking, yes, I can go do it. And then I think, well, there's another hobby to sink time and money into.
Oddly enough, as you might tell by his geocaching name, frequent listener IHAM has his call sign, along with B. Pendragon, I believe, and several others.
Is it how you refer to it when somebody has their license? They have their call sign?
Call sign, get their ham ticket. There's a lot of different terminology, but yes, call sign is what we call it, what I call it. I'm sure there are more.
You get a ham ticket stamped in the buffet line?
No, but I believe IHAM's Radio Club has a breakfast buffet coming up soon. I just might join him there. We'll see. Anyway, we're getting way, way off topic. So let's come back to the topic of the evening. If we think we're talking about what's in the pack. What's in your pack?
Hey, I feel like this is a ripoff of a commercial, but it's really not. That's not the intent.
No.
So, when you go out geocaching, and maybe not every time, when you right there, when you go geocaching, you take a pack with you. Maybe you just take it on longer hikes. Perhaps you wear it every time you walk out the door. Whatever it is, we want to know what you put in it.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been asking this for the last couple of weeks, and we've got some good feedback.
We have.
Yes.
And, bring your pack with you. I'm sorry, I know that I said to get back on topic, but I forgot one crucial, important item, talking about the bunny hunt on February 5th, where you can bring your pack and show us what's in there. Land Monkey, you talked about ham radio licensing and call signs. One of the great things about bunny hunting and tea hunting is it's listen only, it's receive only, so you don't need to have a ham radio license to participate in a bunny hunt. And the Radio Club of Tacoma will have loaner equipment, so you don't even have to bring your own equipment. There. So bring that pack. And
that's what we did last year. Had a blast.
It was fun.
And, I think Wits End became known as Mustache, and I became known as Mudslide, and we went on and went on to be known in the radio world. So,
it sounds like you guys should have your own 70s TV cop. What do they call that? Buddy cop show. Mustache.
Only if I can do the Boduk hood slide.
Takes a lot of wax. Some of it on the car.
Yeah.
So what's in your pack?
I brought my pack.
Way to go.
What I have is a smaller camelback type pack with the hose there and the water. So water is what I always carry. I have this full of water. And Wits End, you do something that now I've started doing because, well, it's a genius idea. What do you do in your camelback when you go out for a hike?
Oh, you mean like freeze it overnight?
Yeah, or at
Or,
least
or,
fill it
or
with
pack
ice.
it full of ice cubes.
Mhm.
Yeah. If I remember ahead of time, I will put some water in it and freeze it overnight. Now, don't fill it full. Water expands when it freezes. You will bust your bladder. And I'm talking about your hydration pack bladder in this case. Um, so be cautious. Be prepared. Use some wisdom when you freeze water in your hydration pack. Don't fill it full, and don't lay it in the freezer with the valve at the bottom where it freezes over that and you can't get any water out. So
Mm.
more often than not, I'll just pack it full of ice cubes. But sometimes if it's going to be a really hot day, not this time of year, um, I freeze it. It makes a nice block of ice in there.
Yeah, and it makes a nice block of ice on your back. So as you're hiking, you're getting warm. You've got cooling back there. Not only cold water to drink, but you've got some extra cooling for your hike. Wet Coaster thought maybe that was a snorkel for underwater caches. Snorkel. Yeah, I can do it too. So now we've got water in this pack, which makes it significantly heavier. But the the what I want to say the thing about these packs is you don't really want to share them. This is something to say, hey, can I have some too? You don't do that. So this is a
Get your
single.
own snorkel.
Yeah.
Get your own snorkel.
Well, let me put in one little plug for a brand. I'm not trying to market a specific brand here. I get no commission. But within the past year or so, I picked up a new hydration pack. I was a Camelback fan for years, but I found the Geiger Rig series of packs, and I really like it. It does a few cool things. This isn't a hydration pack episode, but it's pressurized, so you can squirt the water out of it. If you do want to share with somebody else, they don't have to put their mouth on your drink tube. And it's got a big wide open top. You can open it, turn it completely inside out, lay it in the top rack of your dishwasher, and sanitize it. So there's a bunch of other features. We can talk about that in another show, but that is one way you can share water without sharing cooties.
Ooh. Cooties. Geiger pack.
Geiger Rig.
Geiger rig. We'll put something in the show notes. I got to go find that. I've seen yours. I like it.
Yeah.
But I'll put a link there in the show notes so other people can see and likes it.
I like it too.
Sounds like something for detecting radioactive trucks.
Could be.
It's a Geiger rig.
They have those at the border crossings.
So, since you've got a backpack on now, or at least I do, you can carry swag, pen, extra logs, food, depending on the length of the hike. And there's one thing, I put that in there. I put that in the show notes and thought, I've listened to this podcast because I'm on it for a couple of years now. And you know what we keep saying? Take extra. Take more food, more water than you think you're going to need. Because if you have a problem, you're going to want that. So, I put food. Well, depending on the length of the hike, put food in there. Put energy bars, Cliff bars. Again, we're not getting any kickback from any of these. So whatever generic insert protein brand here bars you want to put in there, they just pack well. I mean, you could put it in your pack, leave it for a couple of weeks, and come back and they're still edible. You'd not do that with peanut butter and jelly sandwich or any sort of ham product.
What about ice cream or frozen fish?
Well, if you're in the Northwest Territories, it'd probably keep just fine. But
did you put that in your Revenant bag?
No comment.
You may not know Land Monkey likes to Periscope. Probably a new thing to you if you've never seen this show before. If you've watched or listened to Caching in the Northwest, you know about Land Monkey and his periscopes. Yes. He started a periscope the other day of what's in your caching bag, and he pulls out an entire roll of duct tape, and I'm thinking, really, he carries a whole roll of duct tape? Well, that seems odd. I can see the usefulness of it, okay, but not that much. And then he pulls out ice cream and frozen fish, and I go, okay, this is going to get interesting. Let's follow. And then the periscope stopped.
Yeah, I was so disappointed because I actually kept going. So after that, the next thing is right around where the periscope stopped. The next thing I pulled out was a bottle of scotch.
Hmm.
And then what else did I have in the
Like
caching?
the cold from the ice cream.
I
Well,
don't
yeah,
know, but I want to go caching with you.
there you go. What else did I pull out of there then? I had a sword that I pulled out of there. And then the last thing I pulled out was a guitar.
Wow, there you go.
So, you got to be equipped.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I just saw you caching in a suit and visiting the Statue of Liberty. So
It's so much fun.
yeah.
Anyways, we digress, Bad Cop. You were talking about bring extra food, bring extra water.
Yes. So this pack also has pockets on the side to carry extra water bottles, so that may not be a bad idea. And, if you're stuck somewhere, those
Mhm.
water bottles can be very useful in other capacities. A first aid kit. Normally I keep it in the car, but if I'm going to go on a long hike, I'm going to stick some of that in my backpack.
Mhm.
Batteries. Really, that's what the whole idea for the backpack is, for pen and batteries. That's what I toss in there the most. Be that AA's, AAA's, or USB batteries to keep that phone topped off, because if you're out and you're in trouble, you want that phone. It sounds like a North Shore rescue program more than what's in your pack, isn't it?
Starting to, but that's okay. Still good.
Zip top bags for those extra logs to be able to toss into caches, and Ceto bags. What I use, grocery bags. They take up very little space. You can cram 2 of them into a film canister if you're got a strong thumb, and there you go. You can carry some Ceto bags with you. Clean up the trail as you're walking through.
Great idea.
That is awesome. Anything else, Bad Cop, on the list of stuff that you carry?
No, not on a regular basis. But it depends on the hike. It depends on where we're going, what we're doing. Sometimes I'll take my big camera with me. Typically, I tend not to put that in the pack because I want a little more protection. I'll keep that in my hand. If you're going for a hike, I always bring a GPS. I don't consider that in my pack because that's in my hand as well. So, but
Fair enough.
yeah, it depends. So that's more specialized equipment. If I'm gonna go scale a mountain, I might bring some carabiners and rope. No, it's not me. Forklift.
How about you, Wits End? Anything
Lawn
that you-
chair to watch the back cop attempt to scale the.
And a really big first aid kit because backup's gonna need it.
Towel.
Well, it's interesting. The pack idea is something that it's an ongoing. I don't want to say battle, but it is something that what I carry in my bag varies frequently because I want to carry all this stuff, so I'm always prepared. And then I find that the pack gets so blasted heavy, I don't want to carry it anywhere. But my pack tends to be my daily go bag. It's not just for caching. I take it wherever I go, and I've got a lot of the things that the Bad Cop mentioned. I don't have batteries so much in there, except I do have a USB battery to charge my phone and those kind of things. As you well know, I do have a SD card in a pocket somewhere. I just have to stop and think about it sometimes.
But we were out, and I brought the recorder and forgot the SD card. I think I left it back in the car. And I said, "Do you have an SD card?" And you could see his eyes flick through every pocket in his bag.
I kind of
Yes.
stopped and get a little computational thing like Holmes and Yo-Yo there. And yeah, this pocket over here.
That was pretty awesome.
So I did have an SD card in there. I've got a little toolkit in there with some screwdrivers and stuff because, like I said, I use it for more than caching, although they have come in handy for caching. It's a hydration pack, as we mentioned, and I do almost always, except when I get the munchies, almost always have Cliff Bars in there, day in, day out. So that's a good thing to keep around. So that covers snacks. I've got pens in there. I carry an umbrella. I know that's a wimpy thing to say in the Northwest, but I actually do have a little umbrella in there because there's times it's just really nice. And I also have one of those roll into its own pocket rain poncho kind of windbreaker coats that's shoved down in the bottom of my bag. It makes a great cushion at the bottom of the bag because I also carry my iPad in there for work, and that adds some little. The bag's not designed to carry a tablet or laptop, but at the bottom I've got that windbreaker and beanie stocking cap that help cushion anything I do put in there that way. And then I have my 300-pound, well, not that much, but I have a big old massive keychain on my hip most days that's got lots of little trinkets and gizmos and gadgets with tweezers and those kind of things. And on my other hip, I've got my Leatherman and my flashlight that the bad cop likes to pick on me for. So those aren't technically my pack, but that's my pretty much daily carry, as well as a ham radio handy talkie.
Don't
Talked about a ham earlier.
envy with picking.
What's that?
I'm envious of your son. I don't pick on you for it.
Yeah, that is quite the flashlight.
Apparently, Land Monkey, you need to correct Wet Coaster if he's wrong, but he says every Canadian carries a roll of duct tape.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no correction necessary. It's just another fact.
Is it like this cool camouflage duct tape like I've got? Because I really like this stuff.
Sometimes it depends on the situation, but
yeah. This is kind of fall season duct tape. You might have, the white stuff for winter.
You can get Seahawks duct tape.
Yeah.
Football season, which is now over.
Yeah.
G-Slink and Slinky Mama, thank you for staying up with us, G-Slink. He carries a retractable magnet and a retractable mirror.
Oh, good tools, yeah. I like the retractable mirrors with the little light on them. Those are really nice to have.
Yeah, that was cool.
We may have to kick IHAM out of the chat because he says, do you carry small caches in your pack to use for throwdowns?
No.
Actually, in this one, I do have a small cache in there. I have a film canister cache. Do I use it as a throwdown? No comment. Next question.
I do also have a tablet of Red in the Rain paper.
What?
Yeah, it's in my pack.
Nice.
Land Monkey, Wits End and I both have backpacks as our go bag. You have something a little less conventional, shall we say?
But really awesome.
So yeah, as you're saying, you guys and a lot of cachers either use a backpack or a sling pack, sort of the over-the-shoulder messenger bag style, which we've tried a variety of different things. Mrs. Land Monkey has a small over-the-shoulder pack that she'll sometimes bring, but what we found is that
excuse me,
sorry?
That's called a purse.
No, something slightly different. But yeah, what we found is since I've been using my caching vest that I use, and anybody who's either come caching with us has undoubtedly seen it because I wear it all the time, or maybe if you've seen any of our videos, you might have seen me wearing it. But it is this sucker right here. If you there's the back. It's
catch the trackable code quickly.
Yeah, that's right. You got to catch that trackable code. And that's actually one of the things I need to do is get that trackable code, which is backwards. Well, to me, it's backwards. It should be forwards. Somebody watching, but I got to get actually get that embroidered somehow because that would look way better than yellow duct tape. But it is duct tape.
Well, I have you know that I have an embroidered trackable code on my bag. And you were my inspiration to get said embroidered trackable code. So I don't advertise it bigly, and I don't put it out there, but I do have my backpack with a trackable code on it if you happen to stumble across me on the trail or whatever.
There you go.
And, I have a friend that does embroidery. I may just have to bring you a trackable patch when I come visit. So
that would be awesome.
We'll talk later.
We will. But yeah, so that's the case. And one of the reasons I really like this pack, so this is, like I said, it's from Ogio, however you want to pronounce that.
Oh,
it's like Jeff. Ogio. And again, if they want to sponsor the show, we're more than happy to have them come on board as sponsors.
We all need best.
There you go. And one of the things I really like, but it's a snowmobiling vest is actually what it is by design, but it just has such a huge variety of deep pockets. It is also a hydration vest, but I don't use the hydration system in the non-summer seasons. When it's warm out, when it's hot out, I'll use the hydration part,
Sure.
and when it's not, I'll just carry water bottles in the side pockets. Unfortunately, it's really hard to show everything on this. It's a pretty amazing vest, but
Yeah, I didn't even try to bring it back on this.
but what I could do is sort of go through a few of the things. So we talked about water, and I was just saying, I'll either carry water bottles in the off season or in the summer. Use a hydration pack, and we've talked about snacks, of course. Got to have those in there. I also carry a first aid kit. I have a small, fairly well-equipped first aid kit that goes in one of the deep front pockets. Always carry a series of pens. I think that's rule number 3. Always, it's either 2 or 3. Always carry pens. Of course, because I'm a vlogger, I always carry cameras. So what I carry with me, I've got my digital camera that I carry, which is a Lumix. That's a who makes Lumix?
Panasonic, I think.
Panasonic, that's right. It's a Panasonic. It's a great little indestructible camera. I went through 3 digital cameras before I finally settled on this one that I have not yet destroyed.
Yeah.
We get into some pretty crazy situations sometimes, so I need something that's going to keep up. This thing has been to Germany, it's been to Cuba, it's been not scuba diving yet. Actually, that's not true. Yes, it has been scuba diving. It has snorkeled a number of times through waterfalls, over the sides of small cliffs. Done all kinds of stuff. I like this because one of the things I found with a lot of the indestructible cameras is they have a slow shutter speed. I don't know why that is. Olympus, I found, at least with the time, about 3 years ago when I bought this, Olympus was doing that. Their shutter speed was really slow. This one had a fast shutter speed, which I like.
Shutter speed or shutter lag?
Shutter lag. Yeah, I was just thinking I should clarify that.
Time between push button and take picture?
You got it.
Yeah.
This also takes HD video, which is great. So some of my videos I take with this, and some of them I take with the other camera I carry with me all the time, which is my Kodak PlaySport. Advertised as waterproof. It's not waterproof. Just saying. It's been in the rice bag. But it worked. It survived. And most of our videos are taken actually with this camera. So carry that stuff, and of course camera accessories. I always carry a Gorilla Pod and a selfie stick. It's just always handy to have for the videos and such that we do. Oh wow! All right, briefly interrupting my monologue because Mrs. Landmonkey just came home with Tim Hortons donuts.
All right. Did you bring enough to share with the whole podcast?
Tim Hortons?
No, she did not bring enough to share with the whole podcast, but I've always got time for Tim Hortons. All right. Thank you.
That is just not fair.
That's unfortunate for everyone else. All right.
Which child did you have to bribe with Tim Hortons tonight?
Sorry?
Which child did you have to bribe with Tim Hortons tonight?
Neither. After the show, remind me to tell you my Tim Hortons story from tonight.
Okay.
We'll get back to the podcast. Well, that'll be an after show goodie.
Every Canadian has a Tim Hortons story. Okay.
There you go. So yeah, of course, we always bring the GPSR. We already talked about that, but that's we're not smartphone cachers. That said, we do also bring the smartphone with the CGO and such on it because sometimes it's handy, and most of the time you just need that second set of communication tools. That said, of course, we've already discussed batteries and chargers, but one of the other things that I always bring is the gift from my generous Tacoma friends of the Power Squid. I don't have mine right here, but I don't know if either of you guys has yours accessible to show everybody what we talk about when we say Power Squid.
Got one right here.
No, mine's
Waggle your squid.
There you go.
waggle it if you got it.
That's right.
So basically, it's a series of different connector types, all connected in together in a hub. Very portable, super handy. So basically, you can charge anything from anything.
Yeah, I've got an old 30-pin iPhone connector, a Lightning connector, 2 micro USBs, and a mini USB.
And a standard USB.
And a standard USB for the power input.
USB, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, love the Power Squid. Super
They're
helpful.
really handy.
Other stuff. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I have one in my pack too.
Yeah, there you go. Other stuff, we always carry any TBs that we might be dropping off. Mention that. And carry a multi-tool, a pocket knife. I've got a Rona utility pocket knife, 2 blades. But I also carry
A sword.
not quite a sword.
Sword? You could not afford a sword when I meant sword.
Release. There we go. My Gerber knife, which is really
nice.
handy to have. My Bear Grylls Gerber knife. So that one is good for if there's some contention over an FTF or something like that. As well. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You can scrape off ice or kill a bear.
Yeah, either way.
There you go.
Great
Yeah.
ice off of a bear.
Unlike some of our listeners, I have never wrestled a bear. I'd have to carry a big knife. Other things. Speaking of running into bears, one of the other things we always carry is TP. Not necessarily for the event of running into a bear, but it's just always a good thing to have.
An incident.
That's right. Something else we carry is just some. Sorry.
For after running into the bear.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
And remember, you don't have to outrun the bear. You just have to outrun your partner.
That's right. The slowest member of the team.
Right.
We had a mention of some of the tools of the trade people carry. I think it was G-Slink. I was talking about some of this, and these are some things that I carry as well. The retractable mirror there,
Very nice.
which is super handy, and a retractable, fairly powerful little magnet. Zzz. So I find both of those things.
I've been attracted to you.
Lego. Both things that we've started carrying as well. I know it's a really long list, but it's a big pack or a big vest. I carry a hemostat. Believe it or not, I found that actually really handy at times for just reaching in and grabbing caches that I've had a few times where micros have slipped down into a impossible to reach spot, and the hemostat's helped us to be able to pull that out.
Believe it or not, I have one in my bag as well.
There you go. General cache maintenance supplies. We talked about baggies and spare paper and stuff like that. And then the last thing I'm going to mention that I always have slipped into the back of my bag is my earth caching notebook. Now, hopefully, I'm going to replace this with a Write in the Rain book in the near future. But for the meantime, it is it's vendor swag little notebook with the elastic that goes across the front to keep the pages taut and keep the book shut. But I use it for taking my earth cache notes.
Cool.
Nice.
And that's most of the things in my pack. That's quite a bit. So sorry for going on so long.
No problem. I mean, that's also part of his weightlifting program.
Yeah.
On that.
Well, that's one of the things I like about the vest is because it distributes the weight really well. That even when I've got 4 liters of water and no, you can't have my donut. Get out of here. My dog could smell the donut. Even when I've got like 4 liters of water on this thing and all the pockets full of videography equipment and all this kind of stuff, it's pretty bearable because it distributes the weight quite evenly.
Well, and my bag is a really nice backpack that has a really high quality waist strap, and it's amazing how much when you are carrying too much weight like I tend to do, it's amazing how much a high quality waist strap will take some of the weight off your shoulders and really help.
Are we still talking about a backpack?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm carrying too much weight as well. Sorry, Land Monkey. I never knew that was a hydration vest. I want to say hydration pack. That was new to me. I've been caching with you with the vest on, and I never noticed.
I'm pretty sneaky that way.
Q&A is blowing up here.
It
Awesome.
is.
Well, let's
Thanks
start with
for all your contributions.
Yes, thank you. Iham says the oddest thing the Camp Clan has in their geopacks, a bag of marbles. Needed them for a goblin dust cache near Silverdale.
That's cool. I lost my marbles, so
Catch up with Iham. He's got some extra for you.
I'm gonna have to connect with the Camp Clan.
There you go. That I've heard of that cache, and I really want to get down there and check that one out.
I've heard of it too. I've not done it.
Very cool.
Okay.
Let's see. Doramore also contributed. She said, you have the snowmobile vest. She says a fishing vest works too. She's got one for longer hikes. The back pocket is perfect for holding a hydration bladder, and it has several front pockets for swag, pens, camera, etc. She likes to have everything in front of me with easy reach, and that's the thing that I covet about your vests is that I can carry lots of stuff in my backpack, but it's not as easy to access as it is if it's in a front vest pocket. So,
That's true.
and I can understand a vest for fishing. I don't quite understand a vest for snowmobiling because I think it wouldn't keep your arms very warm in the snow, but that's just me.
Yeah, well, there you go. Well, that's actually one of the things I like about it. I got the vest from a coworker when I was working on the Olympic project at the freestyle ski and snowboard event. For anybody who doesn't know, I like to talk about that, so you have to ask me sometime. Anyways,
I believe you took us to your job location.
that's right, I did when you guys came up to visit.
Yeah.
But it's sorry, I keep looking down at the vest as I'm talking. I got to stop doing that.
Trying the donut.
Keeping an eye on that donut as well. The dog is just sitting back there watching the donut. But where was I going? Well, you were saying, joking around about the vest for snowmobiling, but one of the things that I like about it is because it's designed for snowmobiling, it has a lot of adjustment for being able to wear layers underneath. So you can actually wear a pretty heavy parka and the vest over top, and it's not squeezing you tight. It's quite well adjusted for that. As opposed to me, where I'm not well adjusted.
I'm not well adjusted either. I was going to say, yeah.
Dora Moore, who is well adjusted, says, I've used duct tape to help retrieve a fence post cache that fell down inside the post.
Ooh, hate when that
Added
happens.
it in the car, though, not in our packs.
There you go. Well, but another Canadian who had duct tape.
Yeah, I think it's apparently, I don't know, do they issue it when you reach a certain age in Canada? Or
It's your rite of passage. You go and you get your duct tape.
You get your roll of duct tape, you're good to go.
My wife and I are going to come visit Canada soon. I may just have to pick up a roll of Canadian duct tape because I'm sure it's different than American duct tape.
Rolls from the top down.
It's special.
G-Slink says, no one mentioned swag for the little ones. That's number 2. I had water first. Swag is the main reason I carry a backpack. So,
Well, and you can put the little ones into a cache as swag if they're really getting annoying.
that's true. Or in the backpack. Either way.
Yeah, that happens.
You'd have to take the swag out to make room for them.
G-Slink did mention the swag, and you're right, Bad Cop. You mentioned it as well. I have to say personally, I don't carry much in the way of swag, and maybe I'm a bad cacher because of that. But I don't generally take swag, and I don't generally leave swag.
I'm right there with you. I don't tend to do it anymore. The swag I do have, I tend to leave a lot more now. It's like, you know what? Let's get rid of it. Let's get it out. Let's get it. There's no reason for me to have it sitting in my garage. It's not doing any good.
Yeah.
Well, he mentioned the little ones. I carried more small swag items like that when my children were little. Now that they're, both my children are adults, they're not as interested in trading little trinkets. No. But when they were smaller, that was a big thrill, and frankly, it was one of the things I could get them to go caching with me. Because I said, let's go out and see what trinkets we can find. But
there you go.
I'm telling you, they can get a toy at the McDonald's Happy Meal, but finding one in the woods that somebody else has already played with, that's even more fun.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. Whatever it takes.
White Coaster says, so when Land Monkey goes out caching, he gains 50 kilos as he walks out the door?
Oh, heck yeah.
50 might be conservative, but yeah, right in there.
I know I do.
It's the donuts. It's the 50 pack of Timbits.
Well, and the delicious Die Monkey cupcakes.
Oh yeah, you know what? Oh, we forgot to mention those in the previous episode when we were talking about Wits End's birthday party. We did forget to mention Die Monkey's cupcakes. She baked, how many were there? Like 60?
I think it was about 6 trillion.
Yeah, of these amazing cupcakes for your birthday party, and we got to take a couple with us when we left.
And some of them had chocolate mustaches on top of them.
Yes.
Everyone had a mustache to help label its flavor. So Die Monkey contacted me when I threw the event and says, "Hey, can I bring some cupcakes?" I'm like, "Sure, that would be great." But whatever you want to bake. I don't want to say, "Oh, bring 72," and she goes, "That's going to take a week to make." And she says, "Well, I can bring. How many do you want?" I said, "Whatever you're comfortable making." She goes, "Well, is 6 dozen enough?" Yeah. Okay. What flavors do you want? Again, whatever you want to make. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
And then she listed off, I don't know, at least 7, 8 different varieties of chocolate cupcakes you can make. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good.
I think she made them all. It was unbelievable.
Fantastic. They were real and they were spectacular.
It's true.
Don't do the phrase. It won't be what you want it to be. And they were delicious. I mean, the handmade chocolate mustaches on, I don't remember what flavor of chocolate cupcake it was, were spectacular. They were handmade. She made mustaches bigger than Wits End's real mustache.
Yeah.
So
as if that's possible, but it was true.
That was so cool. All right, so yes, thank you very much, Die Monkey, for the cupcakes. We all appreciate them.
So getting back to PAX, because we're approaching the 1 hour of this here podcast episode.
All right.
And we're talking about PAX tonight. Three Hams and a Rose shares win in bear country, and well, I think all of Canada is bear country, if I'm not.
Well, the Northwest is.
Yeah. He says, my backpack has on it within easy reach, which is important in bear country, a can of bear spray on the left shoulder strap and an anti-bear magnesium flare on the right shoulder. I've not seen one of those, but I just want to play with one because it sounds really cool. He says it burns for 60 seconds and gives you a 3-foot lightsaber. So I bow down to Three Hams and a Rose. Oh, and if that's not enough, he also carries a 6-inch dagger on his belt. So don't mess with Three Hams and a Rose.
Yeah. And I have not heard of those anti-bear magnesium flares before, but that sounds really cool, and I want to check one of those out as well. That is neat.
Yeah, I think it would work well for muggles, too.
So, Hams, we want to see a video of how quickly you can grab the bear spray and then your magnesium flare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just going to call a lightsaber because that's way cooler.
Yeah, exactly. Duh. And we need a video of the magnesium flare working.
And can you spray the bear spray through the magnesium flare and make a flamethrower?
While cashing in a suit.
That is neat. We do carry bear spray depending on where we're going, so that's a good point. Yeah.
To attract them.
Is it like yes, that's right. It's a little on the neck.
All those pheromones.
And I was going to say, Three Hams is one of the few cachers that I know personally who has encountered a bear on the trail.
Didn't he encounter a bear in a city park?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that was him.
Or at least an urban park.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, cachers, we did ask you via social media what you carry when you go geocaching. We've got a huge amount of feedback that's been coming in tonight through the Q&A, and that's awesome. We're going to keep going with that shortly. But in the meantime, we did get a lot of great feedback that came in through Facebook and Twitter. And some of the feedback we got was from Icy Diamonds, who said amongst the things that she carries, her sort of top 3 things, tweezers and at least 1 or 2 small items of swag. I hate to see an empty cache when it's supposed to be large enough for trades.
Nice.
Yeah. Three Hams and a Rose had previously shared a couple of photos on Facebook that showed the backup external battery and pencil case that are always in his car's glove box. And inside the pencil case, he keeps gloves, pens, tweezers, maglite, and a Ziploc stuffed full of 4 sizes of spare log sheets and baggies.
Wow.
That's pretty well equipped, and I love the fact that it's just always in the glove box. It just, you never know. I might be caching today. I love that. And our friend Groovy Owl from World Caching had shared that what she takes is Professor Pete, because he comes with everything else, and he likes to climb trees.
Well, and who doesn't?
Yeah.
You always have to have your own monkey of one sort or another to go
Or
with.
another monkey you can use as a ladder.
Well, yeah, you can climb monkey on monkey, and that's just a whole different discussion there. G-Slink also shared with social media log roller. It's attached to my keys. Slinky Mama takes care of the pen and replacement logs. So sounds like teamwork at its best right there. Not as good as climbing on top of another monkey for cash, but never mind. Vera Kennedy, I don't know if that's a caching name or I think it's a person name, has bathroom tissue.
That's my mom.
Ah, there you go. Bathroom tissue is important.
Yeah.
Because, you just never know.
So you see, I learned something from my mom.
That's right. And, who can't learn something from their mother? We love our mothers.
Nobody said clean underwear. Isn't that what your mother always said to have with you?
In case you get hit by a bus while you're geocaching.
Well, apparently the bathroom tissue, you're okay then, because then you
Okay.
can discard underwear in the woods. And
Rudimentary underwear with the bathroom tissue.
yeah, some of these are just a given. Assumed that you do this.
Oh, okay.
Debbie Brella brings a GPS. There's a great thought
Hard
for
to argue with that.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that. Dora Moore says nitrile gloves, tweezers, and a taller caching companion. I have been known to do exactly this because my son is 6'2", and there's been caches that I've needed his assistance with. She shares tweezers. I mean tweezers. There's a scaled photo on Twitter illustrating that she carries some pretty serious tweezers. And I'll have to go check that out. I haven't seen that particular photo, but I do know that I carry tweezers on my keychain on a daily basis, and they've come in handy on more than one occasion while geocaching.
Yes. And while not geocaching.
Well, yes, that's true.
Static J says he brings a multi-tool, a head torch, and spare logs.
Nice.
Not quite a lightsaber, but at least something to light your way.
Yeah.
Kathy says she often brings safety pins. They do the job on delicate nanos. And
Good to
pins
know.
in your bag. Yeah, so you can use a safety pin to stick in there and pull out that log rather than tweezers.
Yeah. I'm going to add some safety pins into my backpack.
See,
It's a great
we're
idea.
going to be such better geocachers after this.
Yeah.
That's the goal. That's the goal. Well, guys, as you pointed out, we're running right up against an hour-long show. So that's a pretty long show, and I think maybe we'll wrap up the podcast and we can talk about some more of the Q&A in the after show.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Awesome. All right. So before we close out, we always want to let our listeners and viewers know where they can find any of these amazing co-hosts of mine here on the interwebs. So Wits End, how about you?
Well, I'm Wits End on as many places as I can be Wits End. Twitter, Facebook, geocaching, LO, you name it. You can link to all of them if you just start at the website witsend.us. Link out to the social media where there's even might still be a picture of me and a Die Monkey mustache cupcake.
Ooh.
Never know. There was one out there one time. Bad Cop, how about you?
Well, you can find me on the Twitters at CachingNW, on Facebook, CachingNW, and Google+, because I like to say at google.com/plus CachingNW. Land Monkey, where do we find your wonderful tribe of monkeys?
Well, the monkeys can always be found at landmonkey.blogspot.ca. We've started to make an effort to get those blogs published again now, so there's some more content out there. Twitter, Instagram, and Periscope seems to be where we're most active these days, and you can find us there at LandMonkeyGC. On Facebook, we're Team LandMonkey, and on the YouTubes, LandMonkey.
Nice. And as always, we want to thank you for taking the time to listen to this episode of Caching in the Northwest. Don't forget that you can be part of the show. You can call us at 253-693-TFTC or use the voicemail tool on the website to leave us a comment, ask a question, or send us a fully loaded cache bag any time of the day or night. And of course, you can email us at feedback@cachingnw.com. Also, your support helps keep quality shows coming. If you like this show, please click the PayPal button on the Caching NW website. The show's licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license, copyright 2016 by Chris Umfenauer. Thanks for sticking with us tonight, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
We did it. We're 40 seconds short of 1 hour.
That was a long one.
Oh, that was, but it was good. That was a lot of fun. A lot of activity in the Q&A tonight. Thank you, everybody.
That went by fast. It was good.
Dora Moore says, 3 Hams, we need to talk about those flares for the Summer Games event.
Yeah.
G-Slink says, I do carry a UV light, but alas, I've never used it in the wild. And by the way, it's Friday. We're going to Oklahoma today to visit a son and hopefully find a webcam in Shawnee, Oklahoma.
Oh, very cool.
Awesome. Enjoy.
You couldn't wait for that donut.
I was going to say,
The show's over. It's
don't
donut.
podcast with your mouth full, Land Monkey.
Oh, Wet Coaster says it's the extra long podcast night tonight.
Yeah.
And, Geo Gearheads went almost an hour and a half.
Wow.
So, let's see. Oh, there's one that's here that's gone now. They wanted to know if Wits End had his Uber ham license.
I do not. Uber license.
And
But I have considered it.
Oh. B Pendragon says KF7EPY monitoring.
All right. W7Z and declare. I love that Brylang has 424 DNFs. I don't love that he has those DNFs, but I love that he has avenged 174.
That's
The,
awesome.
G-Stack. So now that we've broached the DNF question, and maybe this needs to be an episode. So maybe
Isn't everything really just an episode waiting to happen?
yeah, so we're not going to talk about it. We're done. 3 Ham says, I have a DNF folder in my caching app on my phone. Whenever I DNF a cache, I add it to the folder.
Huh,
That's a good idea.
that's
There you
cool.
And IHAM says, no, Land Monkey, no one is watching tonight.
That's right.
That's disappointing.
Nobody's seeing you enjoy that donut from Tim Hortons.
Yeah, it's too bad we waited to the end of the show to figure that out. Oh.
Oh, bummer. I thought somebody was watching, but I guess not.
All the Q&A was pre-scripted.
That's right.
We come up with it on our own. We've got multiple accounts, and we're just logging in. I said that out loud.
Don't give away.
No, we don't do anything like that here.
We're not nearly that organized.
That's right. That assumes some layer of planning.
Yeah.
Desperation, we have that, but not plan. Die Monkey, thanks again for those wonderful cupcakes. I'm going to put that on the cache listing. Well, I should ask you first. Can I put that you made the cupcakes on the cache listing in case anybody wants to contact you and pay you for making cupcakes?
That's right.
There you go. Yeah, man, those were good cupcakes. They were better than Tim Hortons donuts.
We did our job. IHAM says we made Die Monkey blush.
Oh, and 3 Hens in a Row posted a photo of the bear flare on the Caching the Northwest Facebook page.
Oh, awesome. We'll have to go take a look at that. Ooh, bonk. I'm going to hit my microphone first. Let's see. This makes excellent audio. Let's go look at our Facebook pages.
Ooh, I don't even have Facebook open here. What is that? Should I be using
There's a
Facebook?
white thing on my chest. Oh, there you go. Cool.
But I want to see it in action.
Yeah. What? If you blasphemy. I was just looking at Brian Lang's post in the Q&A.
That's funny.
You might think it's blasphemy, but you haven't had one of her cupcakes, so
That's true. They were pretty incredible.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I wonder how much those. I'm gonna have to see if I can find where those bear flares are sold and see how much they cost. Because it wouldn't make a good swag item because that's highly dangerous, but it would possibly make a really good prize at an event.
I was going to say, looking at the Caching in the Northwest. What's that?
I see bear flares for $24 US.
Oh, there you go.
That's like $100 Canadian.
Yeah,
and
pretty much.
and everything else seems to be the Chicago Bears football team, and the way you could, support your team by wearing items of flair.
And this
$28.
this is because the Google Analytics has already figured out that you're more interested in NFL
In Canada.
than Bears than
And
Bears.
they're $28 at Canadian Tire, says Dora Moore.
Oh well, $28. I mean, as long as you're not going through a bunch of them, that's pretty good for your having one for your personal use.
It's the first time you get eaten by a bear.
Yeah, definitely that.
Flares are 26 Canadian.
Okay. I love that a tire store sells bear flares.
Canadian Tire is a bit of a misnomer. It's not really a tire store per se, although that's they definitely carry tires.
Funny, you'd think that by the name.
But if you're Canadian, you know better.
Okay.
We'll have to, when you come, we will take you to Canadian Tire and
Okay.
expose you to true Canadian culture.
There are
Gotcha.
Tim Hortons inside.
You know what?
I was in Canada this summer for the summertime Winter Games, and there was a Tim Hortons about every 3 feet.
So 3ham says Google Orion Bear Hand Flare.
Okay.
Orion Bear Hand. I love the fact that it rhymes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
I
Orion.
would confuse the bear on its own.
Don't make me use my Orion Bear Hand Flare. They're expensive. We've already discussed it.
You use them over there. Don't get it in your
East
hair.
Lane wants to know, can you get 12 feet of duct tape in Canada?
No, but you can get 4 meters.
Okay.
And
Oh.
sorry, it's taking a long time to go through.
Go through what?
I don't know.
They sell 5-pound bags of flour at Canadian Tire, says Dora Moore.
So I'm telling you, there is nothing you can't get at Canadian Tire.
What else can you get there? Poutine.
Of course.
You can probably get pretty much everything you need to make poutine, but I don't know if you can actually buy poutine there.
I think Doramore said yes. Don't you? Oh, we're getting into a bear episode.
And we don't mean the way podcasters normally dress below the waist.
Right.
No, that's different.
3ham says don't use bear bangers. They launch a flare, and if you aim poorly, it explodes behind the bear where he charges towards you.
Huh. How about bear mash?
Oh.
Because bangers and mash are a set.
Actually, I've had similar advice from a good friend of mine who's a geological engineer and has spent a lot of time in the brush by himself, and used to carry bear bangers and doesn't anymore, and in part for that reason, that they're not as effective as one would think.
And I would assume that, when you're being intimidated by a bear, your aim is not going to be the best.
Well, yeah, and they're not. Bear bangers aren't as super. It's basically like aiming a Roman candle.
It's a flare gun, is it not? Or is it a
Yeah.
Roman candle? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, in a sense, yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I would never carry a second shot in my pocket, but I did that day, thankfully. With no bear spray or other means of defense, my last chance came down to reloading my bear banger and firing a second shot. This was no bluff charge. I was nearly 500 meters away when the bear spotted me, and in that time that I drew my bear banger from my right pants pocket, the animal had already sprinted down through a cliff bend and through a shallow creek, water bursting into the air. There's a whole story here about bear bangers that could be really
That sounds
entertaining.
like it could be a glow. A geocaching log of the week?
Yes, the first shot was flawless. It exploded above the ground with a loud blast between me and the grizzly. The bear should have run away. Instead, it crouched with its belly on the ground, ears back, and eyes intently fixed on me. Within a heartbeat, the animal, now clearly a predator, resumed its sprint toward me. So, we'll have to have a whole bear episode, and we'll read all that rest of that, because it's a
Can we
long...
do Bear Grylls?
Could be.
That's funny. Well, we've had 2 bear encounters while geocaching so far.
My bear encounter was long before I geocached.
I saw a photo of one of those.
Die Monkey says he doesn't even like poutine, so I don't know why he asked. Why would you not? It's Canada.
It's Canada.
I think I saw a photo of land monkey near Wreck Beach. That was a bear encounter.
Yeah, that's a different type of episode.
Oh, okay.
That's funny. There's a funny story behind that one too. Oh, I was going to tell you the Tim Hortons story.
Yes.
So, we were dropping off one of the kids this evening before the show, and I had in my mind, I'm craving donuts tonight. So after we dropped off our daughter, we're on our way back home, and coincidentally, we happened to drive past a Tim Hortons. So I turned in there and we said, okay, we're gonna go get some donuts from the Timmy's here. And we go in, we wait in the queue, and I get up to the line and say, "Oh, I'd like to pick up some donuts." The guy says, "Okay." And so I reach into my pocket to pull out my wallet, and it's not there.
Oh,
My wallet was sitting on my desk at home. So, A, driving without my license, not good. But B, more importantly, in Tim Hortons with no way to pay. And Mrs. Land Monkey hadn't brought her purse. So I'm like, my shoulders droop. I apologize to the guy at the till because I'm Canadian. And got him. I got him.
you got him well. That was good.
Bad cop spit take. That was awesome. All right. And and I sadly slink out of the Tim Hortons and we go home. And so Mrs. Land Monkey went out to go pick up our daughter while I was doing the podcast, and she stopped by Timmy's and bought donuts. She's awesome.
She
The
is.
donut had set aside from several hours earlier.
I missed the first part of what you said, sorry.
Donuts you had set aside from several hours earlier.
That's right. Oh, those are for you, sir. Yeah.
I'll be back at 6 o'clock. Could I get one then?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's like ordering a what did they order? A parfait and first thing in the morning at a McDonald's.
That was when we were at your birthday party, and there's the big cooler out there, and one of the signs, I know it's usually for the lunchroom for the kids, but one of the signs said parfaits, and I just lost it. As soon as I saw it, it was a perfect
they're not ready
birthday, man.
now. In the Q&A, 3Ham says, very jealous of you Americans. You can just carry a handgun. Now, let me disavow you of some things, 3Ham. Not many handguns are going to stop a charging bear. You're going to have to carry, a 357, something with some serious stopping power. So, if you're carrying a little 22, just, plinker, all you're going to do is get them upset.
Yeah.
So, I would rather have a flare that has a big visual effect than a handgun that would be mostly ineffective.
And I know a fair amount of Americans, safe to say, and not all of them carry. So just saying.
Well, apparently G-Slink says, if you live here in Texas, you can open carry.
Apparently you can open carry in Washington State as well. I've met a few people doing such. And they delayed the link rail in Tacoma while the police took them off the train for questioning. But, they claimed they were within their legal rights, and I'm sure they were. The train wasn't about to leave with them on board.
I get that you can, but do you need to?
Yes, that's the thing. There's things you can do, and there's things you just,
Wouldn't it make society more polite if you knew, oh, look, 13 people here are carrying handguns? You know what? I'm not going to be a jerk right now.
Maybe I won't barge the queue.
Yeah.
B. Pendragon says, steering problems manifest themselves while driving past a Tim Hortons.
Oh, yeah.
And
at times.
When we moved out west, we couldn't get over how few Tim Hortons stores there are compared to Ontario, says Wet Coaster.
There you go. Well, my Ontario tourism experience is limited to the general area of the airport. So.
Oh, Wet Coaster says any handgun would be fine. A quick shot in the leg of the person beside you is slower than you.
That about covers it.
Oh, that's terrible.
course, you could take your 3-foot lightsaber and burn a hole in their leg as well. So,
Good night, three hams.
Oh. All right.
oh, well, I think we did our bear show.
We did. Barely got through it.
Ooh.
All right.
Hey, I
Well,
want you to know that when I went to the Caching in the Northwest Facebook page to look for the picture of the bear flare and all those things, did you notice, Land Monkey, that in the spirit of cross promotion, we shared and reposted and tweeted links to the rules?
I did. Yes. Thank you very much for doing that. That was awesome.
And Rule 14?
And Rule 14. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys were there for Rule 14.
We were.
Somebody on a riding lawnmower. Wet Coaster says, I'm from Hamilton, home of the first Tims.
Ah.
There you go.
Open carry is legal in Washington if you have the weapon unloaded while in a vehicle or you have your CPL, concealed
Okay.
permit. I don't know anyone named Bear. Bears, eh?
Hmm.
Bear Grylls.
Hmm.
Have his knife, Land Monkey.
Skookum Bear. That might be the reference.
Oh, Skookum Bear. Yes, I see what you're saying. Well, gentlemen, we have had an evening.
It's
We-
been an evening.
It's been an extra long evening.
Yeah, I think we've done 2 episodes. I should have recorded the last talk about bears.
We'll have to recreate that
When
sometime.
is the height of bear season? It's not now because they should be at the
No, I think it's in the fall. I want to say the fall.
yeah when they're trying to stock up for the long winter's nap.
Yeah, I was going to say they should be hibernating now, if I'm not mistaken. But
But they're bears
yeah,
and they're wild and they're unpredictable. So
yeah
we'll,
they can pretty much do whatever they want.
we'll have to do a bear episode. But G-Slink, you want to come on for a bear episode? Why
Hey,
not?
there you go.
You and your open carry state.
Yeah, I was going to say, or a firearms episode.
Okay, well, folks, good night. Thanks again for sticking with us all these many hours,
Indeed.
and we'll catch you next week. Same bat time, same bat station.
Good night, all.
Yeah, everybody. 73.